Thanks Sundays for Dogs for sponsoring this video. This is one of the most popular sauces in the world. It is also hard to pronounce the name.
Chef, can you pronounce that word?
Worcestershire sauce. Wash your sister sauce.
Can you pronounce that word, Patrick?
Yeah, it's called Worcestershire.
Now this sauce goes very well with burgers, fish dishes, but most importantly, steaks. If you've never had it, it has a vinegar base, but many other ingredients that produces an incredible umami flavor to it. Nevertheless, this is a fantastic sauce. You already know that marinating steaks with this is fantastic. My goal today is to push the limits, and here's how it's gonna go down. For this experiment, I'm going to be using 3 of these New York strip. Every single one of them will be 1.5 inches thick. They will have great marbling, and it's just perfect for this experiment. And the first thing to do is to add them to the container and then immediately start adding the Worcestershire sauce. A very generous amount, basically until the steak is completely covered with it. And here's where things gets interesting, because I'll be marinating one for a day, one for a week, and another one for a whole month. Because like I said previously, I already know Worcestershire sauce works perfectly with steaks. But now, how much is too much? Well, we're about to find out right now, because the one for a day already looks quite different. After removing it from the container and petting it dry really nicely, this is what 1 day marinated Worcestershire sauce looks like. As you can see, it completely changed color, and in regards to the texture, it feels like a normal regular steak. So let's jump to the one that was marinated for a week. Just by setting it down on the cooling rack, I immediately can tell the differences. Obviously, the color is going to be darker. However, I want you to notice one thing. Check out the edges. Where there's no fat, there's a lot of penetration of Worcestershire sauce. At the same time, you can clearly see the fat is starting to separate. Because remember, this sauce has a lot of acid because of the vinegar. But as I feel it on my hand, the most noticeable thing for me was the texture. And at the same time, it just doesn't look like a great steak. And now let's check out the one for a month. Oh boy. This one has been pushed to the limits. After petting it dry, take a look. You can clearly see what's going on. The edges seems like they were cooked in char, and it is very clear that the acidity of the sauce has broken down the steak. Just like the previous one, this one had a rough day. And when I grabbed it on my hand, wow, it felt quite slimy. It smells 100% like Worcestershire sauce. The fat has separated from the meat quite a bit. But surprisingly, even though it's extremely tender, it's not completely disintegrated. That is a good thing. For comparison, check them out side by side. Obviously, I added the control one so that you can see the differences, but it's clear of how Worcestershire sauce reacts to steaks. But we still need to find out which one is going to taste better. And for that, I want to keep the seasoning quite simple. I went with a good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Once they were seasoned, they are now ready to be cooked on the grill. But first, just in case all of these steaks go south, I decided to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one, it's super simple to make. The first thing to do is to cook up some meat. I went with this pork butt, and what I'm doing right here is cutting it down in chunks. Once that's done, the next thing to do is to go ahead and cook it. So first, I added a good amount of lard into the pan, followed by garlic. Started to cook that up a little bit until it got fragrant. Then I added all of the pieces of meat and started to cook it under medium heat. You see, we're using the confit technique here. Once all of them got a nice coating with the fat, I covered up the lid and let the whole thing confit for about an hour. As once the time is up, check it out. This is what we call here in Miami masita de puerco. It doesn't look like much, but it is simple to make, flavorful, and absolutely delicious. Next up, to make something that will go perfect with it. And I don't want to call this Yorkshire pudding, because it is my version and the way I like to do it. And here's how I made it. First thing to do is to add a good amount of Wagyu fat into the pan. Then immediately put that in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Let that warm up real good. Then into a blender, you want to throw in some eggs, followed by milk, water, salt, and finish it off with all-purpose flour. Now blend everything on high, and the batter should be looking something like this. But I'm just showing you the consistency, because you want to go from the blender directly to the pan. And as you are doing so, you will immediately start cooking the batter. Then close it up and don't open it until you get it nicely golden brown. Because in the end, check it out. This is what you're left with. And the funny thing is that as soon as you put it on the plate, it will deflate. And that's totally fine. because to finish this side dish, I added the pork meat we just cooked previously, followed by some caramelized onions, a simple white creamy sauce, which you can see all of the ingredients, and to finish it off, I added some chives. Now this is today's side dish. I can promise you one thing, it's going to be fantastic. Don't believe me? Well, you just wait and see, friends. Because remember, the only thing left to do is to cook our steaks. So first, I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear. Once that's done, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach the internal temperature of 135. And for that, I'm going to be using my wireless thermometer. As now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill, so let's do it.
But before moving forward, I want to thank today's sponsor, Sundays for Dogs. You've probably seen my dogs, Chica and Cookie. One is a large breed, the other one is tiny. One is young and active, and the other one is my senior citizen. One thing that they both have in common is that they are huge fans of Sundays for Dogs. Sundays for Dogs is a healthy, human-grade ingredients, dog food that is super easy to store and serve. These babies are part of my family, and I only want to give them the best quality food. I know they're getting the best because Sundays is fresh dog food made from a short list of human-grade ingredients containing 90% meat, 10% vegetables, and 0% synthetic nutrients. If you want softer fur, fresher breath, better poops, and more energy for your pups, try switching to Sundays. Cookie and Chica definitely approve. Sundays is convenient. It does not require refrigeration or preparation because of their air drying process, which by the way preserves nutrients and makes it taste better than high heat methods. And Sundays makes it easy to feed your dog top quality food, even on the go. Just pour and serve. Every order ships right to your door, so you don't have to worry about running out of dog food. Get 50% off your first order of Sundays. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/Guga or use code Guga at checkout. Thank you Sundays for Dogs for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak with a very interesting side dish. What do you guys think about my side dish today?
I'm happy, very happy today.
I know why you're happy, because you don't care what it looks like as long as you have a pile of meat in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, well, hold on, okay? I mean, I'm just happy because there's 4 normal looking steaks.
Well, I don't know if I'm any different than Leo, because if he's very excited because of all the meat, I'm actually a little bit worried.
Why?
Because there's 4 steaks.
Correct.
This is an experiment.
110%.
Out of all the 4 steaks, one of them has got to be bad.
So here's the deal. We got a lot of food to try. I say it is enough talking, and let's begin because we're going to start right here. Enough talking, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
The kiss of the dragon, everybody. It never disappoints.
Never.
The fact that you get a perfect crust like this on the outside, yet it's still moist and juicy on the inside, incredible.
I think this control's a little more tender than the usual controls.
I think you're just more extra hungry.
It's possible.
Cook with charcoal, everybody. It will be better. I don't care what anyone else says. It will be a lot better. Even if you baste it with thyme, garlic, and butter, this will be better. I promise.
Whoa. Butter, thyme, and garlic is fire.
But is it better than this?
Can we have both?
No, one or the other. Talking about that, let's try the second one.
Oh man.
Scary.
Doesn't it look a little bit different? Do you see a little bit bigger gray band?
A little
The
bit,
gray band,
actually,
yeah.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Stop it. Get some help.
Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. What?
I like.
I'm cool with this.
It's like sweeter, but it also has like, the crust is also crispier too. That's fantastic.
It's slightly sweeter, like you said. It's a little bit less beefier.
The juice of the steak tastes different. I like it though.
It's very nice. It's very nice. But before we jump to the next one, you guys want to try the side dish?
We're gonna try the Gugashire pudding.
Okay, yes. Enough talking. Let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
That is amazing, everybody. Wow.
Damn, that's good.
What do you guys think, huh? This is like with the boys having a good time, and you grab a cold one and you just enjoy it together with a little bit of this and a little bit of the masita de puerco, also known as, I don't know how to say this in English. It's incredible.
Top to bottom, it's an outstanding dish. It's very flavorful. The sauce is so nice too. It's like garlicky, it adds nice flavors. The pork is perfectly cooked. That bread is fluffy, yet still airy as well. It's really good.
I like the onion that it's like, it's cooked, but it's not like completely caramelized. I kind of like that. And the sauce, perfect. It's all it needed is just a little bit more moisture and then you're good.
Damn, this is a good video, bro. I want another bite of that side dish.
Hold your thoughts. Let's jump into the next one. Dig in, guys. Let's go.
Bro, this one smells weird now.
Well, we're gonna tell you guys right now how it is. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Enough talking. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
That one's sweet.
and soft.
Almost like powdery.
This reminds me of the texture when you tenderize with pineapple.
Yes, that one was hard to swallow, everybody. I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever the flavor on the last few were, it's like stronger.
I do not enjoy that one as much. You guys?
I wouldn't say that's a bad steak, but it's definitely not better than the other two.
Since we're already here, we gotta make it official. Let's try the very last one.
Damn, bro, whatever you put here, it definitely got in here, bro.
Steak looks half overcooked.
It's not. Believe me, it's medium rare. Trust me. But there is a bigger penetration.
This is the first time a man looked me in my eyes and said deeper penetration.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. No.
Oh, man.
No.
Nah, dude.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Wow! How do you describe that, everybody? Not only is it extremely tender and it feels like mush, but the flavor overall is
Disgusting.
It's not right.
As you take bites of the steak, each bite, it oozes more and more of this secret ingredient that's in here, which now you can taste what it is.
What is it?
Is it wash your sister sauce?
Oh, no. Worcestershire.
What?
Worcestershire.
You guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam.
That flavor is just so powerful that that's all you taste, right? There's no more beef. As you take more bites of the steak, that Worcestershire flavor just keeps on going and oozing more out.
It's almost like that's the juice. Is the Worcester, whatever.
Now, so here's the experiment. We got one for a day, one for a week, one for a month marination here. One for a month is way too much, and one for a week is also too much. One for a day is actually delicious and very nice. Be careful, because Worcestershire sauce penetrates deeply in there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.